Guys, welcome back to a new Grow a Garden video. Today we are going to talk about the summer update and how the summer update has been received by the players. Because there has been some stuff going around where Jandal's apologizing for some things. So let's go straight into the opinions and let's go straight into looking what's new in the summer update. Let's go. So with this update, there are now new seats in the seed shop. Sam got replaced, he got sent into vacation. If you were there during the live stream or during the event, he was having a very nice staycation on a chair on a beach and got replaced by Mr. Tom. Now Mr. Tom will sell you new seeds, which starting from the tomato seed, which will include the cauliflower, the watermelon, the green apple seed, the avocado, the banana seed, the pineapple seed, the kiwi seed, the bell pepper seed, the prickly pear seed, the loquat seed, and the feijoa seed. I still cannot properly pronounce his name, but I think I got it. And of course, the sugar apple is still in here, which means all the other seeds are now gone. They have been replaced by these specific summer seeds. And why specifically that? Well, with this update, there is a new event placed basically in the middle called the Summer Harvest. And for this, you need to supply the summer fruits that basically you bought from the shop, have grown out, and can deliver here every hour or so, and you get like points based on what fruit it is. So there are certain check marks on this board. So for common rewards, you need at least 1 point. Then for uncommon rewards, you need to reach 500 points. To reach rare rewards, you need 2000 harvest points. To reach the legendary rewards, you need 5000 harvest points. For the mythical rewards, you need to reach 8.5k harvest points. For divine rewards, you need to reach 11k harvest points. And then for the prismatic rewards, you need to reach 12k harvest points. So to get the max rewards, you need to reach a total amount of 12k points. Now, to show you guys how kind of hard that currently is to do if you're not with a lot of friends in the server, like you don't like the stealing aspect, for example, or like you only have 2-3 people playing together, you would need to fill up your inventory with so many sugar apples or like the divine fruit, because the lower fruit like carrot, strawberry gives only like 1 point, then blueberries 2 points, the tomatoes and the cauliflower gives 3 points. The watermelon and the banana, avocado, and green apples give 4 points. The pineapples and kiwis, prickly pears, and bell peppers give 5 points each. And the loquat and feijoa seeds give like 6 points each. And then the sugar apple is the highest, which gives 7 points each. Now, talking about the rewards on this board, there's also where a second problem comes in. Because, of course, as most of you probably know, and if you played Grow a Garden since like very early on, like the items that were, for example, in the Lunar Glow event, the Blood Moon event, the Angry Plant event, for example, they were supposed to be limited. And what does limited mean? Well, that means the item is limited specifically for that event and doesn't return ever after that. Which means you got like a very rare item that no one will be ever, like even in 1000 years be able to obtain. But now with this board, they brought back those limited rewards, which for me, for example, is great because I couldn't take part in the like events before this. But I do understand why people who have played the event might be annoyed with these specific limited items returning. Now, I think there's a lot of to like discuss on how like big the game has grown and how many people might have missed out at that point at those limited items. But I think the point still weighs a bit higher that those items should have never really returned and still like stayed like a very rare rarity. And then also getting into like the points required to even get these items. I mean, it would still almost be very hard for you to do, like I said, if you're not together with some friends, because to even get a chance at, for example, the night egg in here, you need a total amount of 4.4k points to even have a chance to get it. And apparently it's like a 10% chance to get the night egg. And then if you want, for example, to get a chance to get like the night seeds from the night seed pack, you need 5k points. And it also has like a 10% chance to drop it then. But you could also get like something entirely useless. For example, you could just get a reclaimer or get a bee crate at 5k points. Or from your 4k points reward, you could just get a green apple seed. The highest reward in here is right here. The Amber Lily seed, because it's not in the shop anymore. But it does require you, if you even want the chance to get this, you need 14k points. And then you only have a 1% chance to get the Amber Lily. Which is crazy because The Amber Lily is, I think, not even that great yet of like a fruit to like be even that rare. And I think it needs to be buffed at this point if they even want to make it feel that rare. Now, with the point coming back to like people needing to work together, this update feels like they were supposed to like push more people into public servers. But you see, there's kind of an issue because people can steal fruit from each other. And that's why most people in the game are kind of like avoiding with their big gardens joining public servers because other people are stealing their fruit. So there is really not ever a point in going into public servers until I think they remove stealing fruits. If they want to push this working together stuff with like other people as well that are like, if you don't have like a lot of friends playing the game or like you are literally the only one playing the game, you don't want someone to steal, like, for example, if you have like a candy blossom, like a very big candy blossom, you don't want someone else to steal that. That's like no fun if you are trying to play for this event. Now, that's like kind of like the entire, also this like event issue. Like the points required are like really high if you want to get even high rewards for this, which even like have a low chance to get it. So you don't even get a confirmed chance at getting it. Of course, working together is really hard. Public servers is like a big no-no in most people's cases because you get your fruit stolen from other people that are trying to, make some money in the game as well, which is fair. But it's like hard to do this in Publix. And like limited items returning, which should have honestly stayed limited and not really come back into the game. But like I said, great for people that haven't gotten the items before. But I do really get the point of it being kind of sucky for all the people that like were expecting it to always be limited and not be returning. If I was in your shoes, I would have like thought the exact same thing. Now with this, like besides the event too, there's also some issues with like the entire crafting system. For example, I currently have a reclaimer right here, which is like the new item where you can turn a plant back into a seed. So if you don't like something that's like in your garden or you want to like make a really tall plant, you can use this reclaimer and turn it back into a seed. Great. You know what's not great? Having to wait 45 minutes for a one-time use item. And that's what I've seen people voice their opinion about as well, because it's not like a permanent item. You literally only get a one-time use, and then you have to wait another 45 minutes to only turn one plant back into a seed. The issue with this is if you have like a very big garden and you kind of want to redesign it, but still keep your seeds, you might have to wait a very long time until you're able to do this. For some people, that's perfectly fine. But what I've seen is that most people really do not want to wait for a single time use item for 45 minutes and then have to wait another 45 minutes because it feels like kind of forced and then have to spend Robux on speeding up the items. So that's like one of the things. Now, I thought I got baited into this a little bit as well because of course we did live stream the update yesterday and it was supposed to be like a very, very big update. And maybe for the team, it still required a lot of effort. But what I've seen come around is the only thing really that was like huge about this, which was nice, was the events that got played before the update. But when the update happened, we kind of just got this island. But in the cutscene, we saw like an entire sand beach island, like attached next to like the playing field you're already playing on, which I thought was also going to be a part of the island. But when I was looking for it, it just wasn't here, right? And a lot of people were thinking apparently the same thing. Like they were expecting like a map revamp or something for like the biggest update. The things that we just got was like a new replaced seed shop and then an event in the middle, and then the crafting was moved over here. And that's kind of it. And that's, I think, also what left most people kind of disappointed with it being announced as the big update or like the huge update. But a lot of people were like also expecting there was going to be a seed or a plant that was going to surpass Candy Blossom. Because of course, Candy Blossom is a very OP seed or fruit in the game, which have gotten a lot of people a lot of money when it has like a lot of mutations from before. And what people were also hoping for, and what I also see from Candy Blossom owners, is that they were hoping that there was going to be something that was going to be better than the Candy Blossom finally, because this was the big update. And of course, inflation is definitely an issue. Honestly, I got lucky because, someone gave me a Candy Blossom which has like a lot of mutations, which gave me like 1.9 trillion cash. But not everyone has that luxury to, be able to get that. Which means they're going to be stuck maybe at some billions of cash and not like a really high amount, which sometimes makes them really hard to be able to buy all the stuff that's always in some of the events. And that means making money for new people is really hard, which, is not what you would kind of want to see. And that's kind of like the complaints, I think, or well, not necessarily like the complaints, but the opinions about the update from what I've seen from this summer update. Which, like, the points that you need, like, are way too high. The rewards, there are some limited items in there which maybe should have stayed limited. Maybe introduce like new items for this specific event that are like really cool to get. The crafting system is still like, the time for a one-use item is really long. There should maybe have been a submit button even for the event where you could turn in all the fruit and not one by one. Yeah, and not being able to like be forced to do the public servers to be able to do this event. Like if you, for example, don't have a lot of people that are like playing the game in your friends list. Now, in my opinion, of course, the community was awesome when we played the event. The admin abuse that happened before the update went live, like the space event, like the UFO. And there was like some really special mutation for like the event that happened after. I think it was called the Galactic or something, which was great. The community was awesome during the event, but of course, not everyone that's playing the game watches me at that time. I do think the update was good when it launched, but after people played a bit more, I definitely saw the points where they were saying, yeah, hey, wait, hold on a minute. This might be a little bit too hard to get there. And even I said it during stream, you know, for the points, like, that we only got the rare rewards at like 3k, and we were like pushing the sugar apples into the cart. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly think this is like an okay update, but I do agree that I might have expected a little bit more. Not to say I still like have a lot of stuff to do in my garden, so I will still be busy doing all the garden stuff. Like, I would really like to hear, what do you think about the update? Do you agree with like some of the points that like people are pointing out in like the suggestions forums or like the starboard forums on Grow a Garden in their community server? Then let me know in the comments. I would really like to read them and see what you guys think. Once again, a massive thank you for everyone who was there during the live stream yesterday. We're definitely going to do this like way more in the future for the other updates too. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a new Roblox video or live stream. Design your garden journey.